When Nicole habitually picked it up, Eric's mother, Quinn, curtly ordered her around. "Nicole, did you forget what day it is? The maids are off today, so hurry up and come over to cook for us." Nicole sneered and hung up the phone without saying anything. She had been walking on eggshells around Eric Ferguson, trying to maintain this fragile marriage. At the office, everyone underestimated her, but she still did her best to play the role of Eric's secretary. At home, Eric's mother and sister looked down on her because of her unknown origins. They were mean and picked on her every chance they could. They ordered her around, asking her to cook, do the laundry, and even clean the house. Nicole, who was supposed to be the young madam of the Ferguson family, was treated like a lowly servant. She stayed meek and obedient. She also never complained about any of this to Eric for fear of troubling him and putting him in a difficult position. She had endured so much that she was desensitized to it. Regardless of how much others despised her, Nicole was still willing to persist and endure all of it for the sake of Eric Ferguson. However, for the past 3 years, Eric never seemed to remember that she was his wife. The extent of their communication was when he gave her work to do at the office, urged her to donate blood, and transferred money to her. At this moment, Nicole felt exhausted. She could not hold on any longer. This was not the first time Wendy Quad tried to provoke her. In the past, Nicole could always laugh off those harsh and mean words, but this photo completely trampled on her self-esteem. Humiliation, loneliness, and a harsh cold engulfed her. Was my 3 years of marriage a joke? At this moment, Nicole's face was extremely glum. She had finally made up her mind. Fine, it's time for this joke to be over. Nicole scrolled through her phone, and without hesitation, she sent Eric a message. "Let's get a divorce." Although she was still feeling dizzy, she knew that this was the right decision. Eric called her immediately. Nicole had already expected his wrath at this moment. The man's voice was harsh and cold as he said, "Nicole, what are you making a fuss about? How much do you want? Just state a price." The doctor said that Wendy's in critical condition. Nicole forcefully suppressed the dizziness and interrupted his words. She smiled coldly and said in a hoarse voice, "Eric Ferguson, I'll see you at the city hall in an hour, where you can watch her die." She hung up after that sentence. Immediately after, she received another message. "Fund transfer. $1 million." Ha ha ha. Nicole laughed out loud as her tears gushed out uncontrollably. "This is absurd. It's just too ridiculous." Nicole put away her phone. She suppressed the pain in her heart and the burning sensation in her body, then braced herself and took a taxi to the city hall. Time passed by the minute. Eric Ferguson called Nicole twice, but no one answered, so he refused to call again. Nicole sat on a bench looking very pale. An hour later, Eric walked over with a stern, expressionless face as he looked down at her with his cold gaze.